Welcome into another episode of Respect the Hedges. We here to talk dog football, man. We're gonna talk a little offense, specifically the wide receivers and the running backs, man. So let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0, the Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again.
Lead Booker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin, into his hands, and guess which dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it. Tony Michelle will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line! Sigue Ringo! Corta dentro! Ringo! Touchdown! Georgia!
Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory, Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs, sick 'em.
Welcome in RTH family and Dog Nation. Listen, man, with Respect the Hedges again on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, man, y'all know we brought to y'all by the Tailgate Kings. All right, man, we ain't gonna waste your time today, man. We're gonna jump right in this thing, man. Talk about the offense, man, and talk about the wide receivers and running backs. And then we're gonna also talk about the game, the schedule, what we think is like from easiest to hardest, ranking the games on the schedule, man. So let's go ahead and jump into this thing, bring our people on, man. Y'all already know who up first up in the building. Let's give us some energy, man. Our former Dog, man. E-Rob, what it do, man?
Coach, what's up, baby? What's up, Dog Nation? Hey, man, look, I got a lot of feedback on the dashiki last week. Look, I can't do it. I damn near passed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do a serious show this week. So the dashiki right here, you know, if I get enough, chatter in the comments, I might put it on. But until then, I'm trying not to pass out.
Hey, yeah, we definitely don't want you to pass out, E-Rob, but you know what I'm saying? If the people call for it, you're going to have to give it to them.
Hey,
man.
I'm going to give the people what they want, baby.
That's right, man. Next up on the scene, man. Listen, man, both of my double dogs is in here early, man. What's going on, Shawty? Let me make sure you ain't.
What's going on? Hey, E, I'm gonna tell you this, man. If you got to make them kind of decisions about winning it or not, just don't win it.
Don't do it.
You got to think about passing out. Just don't win, dog. But no, man, what is going on, man? Happy to be back episode, sure, man. Back in the building.
Let's go.
3 and 4 years, man. Let's go. Let's get it.
That's right, man. That's right. It's what we're doing, man. Listen, Shelby, first lady in the building, 3 of 4 and 24 back for Heisman. Hey, that'll be a nice like icing on the cake to another chip, man. We're back for the Heisman, man. Sooner Legends up in here. We appreciate you, dog. I haven't had a chance to officially welcome you to the SEC as of July the 1st, but welcome, SEC brethren. We appreciate you, man. Kadarius Favors in the building. What's going on, my man? Go Dogs. Go Dogs. She laughing. Chandra laughing at you about the dashiki.
Wait, so is it official? Texas and Oklahoma, they in now? Ain't no
July 1st.
Okay, all right.
As of yesterday, man, all the ACC, and people are in there. Caitlin said, "Put it on."
Come on, Kayla. Come on now. Don't do me like that.
Vote number 2 from Shelby say we definitely want the dashiki.
One more vote is going on, baby. One more vote is going on.
What's good, stat guy in the building, man? Listen, man. Hey, listen, y'all asked him to put it on now. We got to watch him now. So if he ain't talking, make sure he ain't falling.
I get lightheaded. You see, you start swerving, doing this shit. Yeah.
Turn on the AC.
Oh, right.
It's
right,
on.
right.
That's what you hate, though. The little AC on, bro. I damn near passed out with it on.
Don't do it.
Oh, man. Listen, man. This offense is expected to put up some numbers just like it has the past 3 to 4 years, man. And I don't think anything's going to be different this year. But we got to talk about some of the pieces that's going to help get us there. You know what I'm saying? This wide receiver room is deep, E-Rob. I mean, like real deep. We're gonna try to take a look at some film, but E-Rob, what guy you looking forward to seeing? Whether it be a new guy or an incoming guy. Trojan Fight, what's going on? We appreciate you up in the building, my guy. So E-Rob, who you looking forward to, man, this season coming up?
So as an older guy, more established guy, I'm looking at my boy Dominic Levitt. I'm looking for him to have a big year. I'm looking for him to have a breakout year and lead the pack, lead that receiver room. So that's what I'm looking for. As a newcomer, Kobe Young.
Okay.
That's the guy. That he showed me some things in the spring game. You know, it was only a quick little glimpse, but this guy, he has great size, great body control. I think that he can definitely be a factor in the middle of the field. He can kind of substitute for what we're missing and not having Brock Bowers this year. We will have another big body that can kind of patrol the middle of the field and be a matchup problem. So I'm looking for him to step up, and I'm looking for Bobo to be creative and find ways to get him the ball.
Okay, we definitely gonna take a look at a little bit of Kobe Young, see what he does, what he brings to the table. Shawty, what about you, man? Which one we brought in 3 newcomers at the wide receiver position: Kobe Young, Landon from Vanderbilt, and Michael Jackson from USC.
I don't forget about him.
Listen,
man,
man,
I forgot about him,
and I think he's gonna help on special teams, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
But Shawty, who you looking at as far as a newcomer and one of the guys that's already there?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the guy E-Rob talked about, Kobe Young, newcomer. I mean, he has something that none of the other guys have, which is that body type. You know, being 6'3", 6'4", 210. That's another red zone threat. Just based off
You might be a little bit closer. I mean, it's like
just based off of formation and mismatches. So having Kobe Young definitely brings a different threat that we currently did not have. So
gotcha.
The newcomer that I'm looking for. And I gotta go with Dylan Bell. Again, I think
that's your guy.
I've talked about him several times now. I mean, he has something that some of the other guys don't have. Like he's a multifaceted player. I mean, you can put him in that field, you can put him in the slot, and you can line him out wide. He can return kicks. I mean, he does it all. I mean, I think we got about 45% of the returning receiving offense coming back, and we lost a lot of it with basically Conky and Bowers.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for Dominique Lovett, like he also said, to step up and kind of lead the pack. Man, what I will say, man, we are very deep. I'm kind of a little bit upset that Aaron Smith was not able to break the start lineup. I mean, I figured at this point in time that he would be able to be ready to do it. We have so many snaps being here so long. I do think he's still going to be able to contribute. And we're deep, man. And all those guys have a lot of film. So that's the main thing I love about the season.
Hey, Coach, before you go, man, what I'm hearing, we just got a lot of versatility. So I know you about to go into your guy, but it just sounds like, we got big, we got fast, we got medium, so it's just a lot of just versatility, a lot of it.
Big facts, and I did want to point that out. Shelby gets in and lets us, Tailgate Kings, ATL.com. We are presented by Tailgate Kings. Our brother in JV is the owner and operator of that. And for the Bama game, September the 28th, man, they're doing a charter from Atlanta to Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about driving if you know what I'm saying, tailgating like the SEC does. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely, and we'll get to this at the end of the show. It's definitely tops of my list as far as games or whatever. But tailgatekingsatl.com if you want more information about the charter bus going from ATL to Tuscaloosa. Trojan Fight gets in and says, what do we expect out of Michael Jackson III? I actually expect Michael Jackson to kind of be if you would say, the backup to Dillon Bell. Like Shawty said, Dillon Bell is like multifaceted, versatile. I think Michael Jackson brings some of that same stuff, a little bit more compact than Dillon Bell. Dillon Bell is about 6 foot, a little bit 6.5, I guess. You got Michael Jackson. I think he's more like a 5'10", 5'11", maybe pushing 6. But I think he's more solid, like, almost like a running back, but he's super fast. So, and I think he's going to help in the kickoff return game along with Anthony Evans as well. So that's how I think we're going to use. I know one thing, Bobo said he wants him on the field to try to get the ball in his hands out in space. So I don't know if you'll see him at traditional receivers because of what Shawty talked about, man. We are like super deep at the receiver position. We are going to take a look at Dillon Bell as well. So, and yes, this is true, Trojan Fight. We have not had a 1,000-yard receiver since our guy, Terrence Edwards in 2002. Yep. It's us, Florida, and I want to say it was one more team that didn't have one in the last 20 years.
W's and L's.
Yeah, but one thing at Georgia, though, it doesn't really matter because they spread the ball out so much. I know a lot of schools use that as negative recruiting against us, but what they can't do is use our draft picks as negatives because there's only 5 schools in the nation that has had more draft picks since Kirby's been here at the wide receiver position. And so I want to say it's Ohio State, Bama, Clemson, LSU, and like one more school. And so,
Coach, that's stat of the day right there. Now,
listen, I'm just telling you.
Stat of the day right there. Now,
they try to throw. I don't think Trojan Fight was taking no shot, but some other people do, and I have to hit them with the draft facts. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get them drafted here. That's like you want to get drafted or you want 1,000-yard receivers.
And when you come here, you got to understand you got to be prepared to share snaps. Yep. I mean, we just too deep. Yep. At every position. We're not just going to have a stud that's just going to take 85% of the snap at that position.
Right. As good as Brock Bowers was, he didn't even reach 1,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's just the thing, like Shawty said, you got to be prepared to, share those snaps. So, not a shot. Yeah, I didn't think so, Trojan Fight. I know you cool dude, dog. He said, what's crazy is some people that's college football fans don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? They because they assume that because a lot of the good receivers we've had, George Pickens, AJ Green, Malcolm Mitchell, like all these guys, Shawty, like, a lot of these people, we ain't had no 1,000-yard outside of Terrence. Terrence Edwards was he was
Coach, I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that. And because it goes back to something I said a long time ago. Because you get to see these guys make plays in big-time games late in the season when other folks ain't playing.
Right. And I think that helps because they making those plays. You know what I'm saying? Like George Pickens. George Pickens missed almost a whole season the first championship. And then got in Alabama, the SEC championship game, national championship game, make it.
That matter.
Right, man. Right. So let's take a look at some of this Kobe Young film, man. Let's see if we can get this thing going here.
Hey, how many? While you doing that, Coach? How many years does Michael Jackson have? Is he just 1 year at Georgia, or 2 years?
I think it's 2 years. I could be wrong. I think he got 2 because I think he's a COVID dude too as well. Okay. But Trojan Fight, maybe you can help us with that. How many years did he play at USC? So this is Kobe Young. They use him. Listen, man, dude, 6'5", 215, but he got wheels.
Yeah, he can move.
Right.
Nice body control.
Right. So, I mean, just looking at how he's navigating, this is just a simple wide receiver screen.
We're going to run this at Georgia.
More likely that can be Dillon Bell, but
we're going to run it. Everybody will get a chance at that. We run enough of them.
Right. So, it's just showing some of the versatility that Kobe Young brings at 6'5". So, all right. So, everybody outside of the Dog Nation is wanting to know what we're going to do without Brock Bowers. So, if you look right here, and this is one of the things Shawty talked about. They actually in 12 personnel with an extra lineman, by the way. They got 2 tight ends, and then they got Kobe Young down there like an H-back. Mm-hmm. And this is a play that we saw a lot from Mike Bobo and Brock Bowers, getting him out underneath all the linemen and out into the flats. Texas A&M, I don't know what they was doing in coverage. They lost them in the shuffle, and it's just like that.
Oh, so play for me.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when I was talking last week? Miami doing exactly what I was saying. Put him down, flanking him at the tight end. That's basically 2 tight ends.
Right. It mess you up. It mess your matchups up.
Well, actually, it makes him a 3rd tight end, dog. You see this guy on that? You see that's a tight end here, and then
that's a
here's a tight end right here as well.
Yeah.
And then if you put Kobe down there, like say the H back or another tight end, they actually, like you said this last week, y'all, they're like running that 13 person. Yeah, running that 13 personnel. Trojan Fight says Michael Jackson is a senior. Maybe he applies for a 5th year next year because he gets the COVID. So,
he'll probably get that. Yeah, he'll get that.
So, but
I think that's why Texas A&M lost him too. Just how they lined up.
Right. So just showing the versatility. Now, right here, I think you're gonna see a lot of this right here, catching at the high point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 6'5", 215, tracking the ball at its highest point. You know what I'm saying? Like Ra, I think it's about 6'3.5". This guy adds another, 1.5 inches. They also send him on some post routes. And again, the guy's got little wheels, man. You know what I'm saying? And he wants that end zone too.
Got all that separation. Good Lord.
He ain't lying. What were you doing, Mr. Cornerback? What are you looking at? Look at him. He like 7 yards off. How you get beat that bad?
So right now, like you said, he all 7 yards and then gave up. Looks like he lined up head up.
But then he looked like he beat now. Dude about to take off. He's still, come on, baby. See, he closed the cushion like that.
Right. And if we had the all 22, he ate up that space. He ate up that cushion like in 3 or 4 steps. And what you hate is the ball was slightly but slightly underthrown, so he wouldn't even got touched.
I wonder if he thought he had help in the middle.
Boy,
he could have. That's why you need that all 22 so you can see what they do. So here he's going against Clemson. Miami actually beat Clemson last year. Nate Wiggins played him on a lot of the plays. Nate Wiggins went one of the higher cornerbacks drafted in the draft last year. Nate Wiggins is actually 6'2" at corner as well, running a 4.3.
Nice. He's slow too.
Tracking that ball.
Oh yeah, and that PI and everything. There, be strong, baby. There you go.
That play where I quick.
There you go. Be strong through the catch.
You want it all the way to the
this poor technique by the corner at the bottom. This is how you get beat. I hope they play us like this. But we open up with Clemson, right?
Yeah, but Wiggins ain't. Wiggins was their best corner last year. He gone.
Now to the beginning of the play, all the very beginning. I want to show you. I want to show you this poor technique by the corner at the bottom.
All right, so right here.
You got to go all the way back to the beginning of the play.
No, that must be the other play.
No, he just had to down here. Right
you
there.
talking about down here?
Yeah.
Look at this corner who on the bot right there. Yeah. Now he got the outside receiver. Watch this poor technique.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Oh, I see what you're saying because he took him. The receiver took him inside 2 steps, and instead of getting his
coach.
Right, his hips was already open to the inside. His hips
reaching
was
trying to grab.
I got you. I thought you. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Kobe play. But listen, that's a case right here where Wiggins. Listen, man. The decent defense, better offense.
That's good defense. That's being physical. He was strong in the catch.
Right. Now the next guy we're gonna look at is who y'all talked about, Dylan Bell. Just to remind people how versatile he is. Now, some of these are running plays. I don't think he's going to be used in the backfield as much because I think our running back room, which we're going to get to, is a little bit deeper this year than it was.
I like him
right there.
He's straight downhill. That's why I like
him. He is. But then, like, it's kind of like, but who you going to take the ball? Who carries you taking away? ETN, Robinson, like. It's hard down there.
Yeah.
So in this right here is one
of
those wide receiver screens that showed us that
boom, he out of there.
Right. So
he remind me of Hines Ward. That's who he reminds me of at Georgia. He reminds me of Hines Ward.
Shout out to Bishop Frank, man, for checking in. We appreciate you tapping in with the Dogs tonight, doing us a little player film review. All right. So already we've seen them used twice, two different times. Now we got us a little end around. Like Dylan Bell just and he like
needs to be cut.
Say what?
That thing need to be cut, man. Terrible angle, man. Terrible angle by the safety.
What was he doing? How you can't get out flank right here?
So what happened is he man to man to Dylan Bell. See, he got to chase him cross field. That would make him take a bad angle.
Who 31?
Nope, 25.
25. Okay.
2-5. So they in like a base 4-3.
Yeah.
Actually, they look like they're in a base 4-3, kind of like a 3-3-5. Actually, they 3-3-5, and they got the standing them up at the end of the line. So
and then some kind of nickel.
Yeah. So and then he bails. He actually bailed.
He going to the deep center, deep middle.
Yeah, he's spinning down. I see.
Dude spinning down. Yep.
Right.
But now what is he doing?
The strong safety took the bad.
Yeah, he just shot.
Right.
He need to be cut.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, he dare to make the play. That play literally
unblocked.
He
unblocked. You got to make that play.
Cut him.
Oh, you got to make that play, son. Where are you going? Dog, he ain't even touch him.
Right. So that's 3 ways we've already gave him the ball, and then he can. Hey, listen, man, he can go get the fade route as well. You know.
Yeah.
That's over. Jalen Kimber, he did have help over the top. I think the safety was just a little late getting there.
He was. But still, if you got help, why you let him off the line so easy then?
The corner got looking back.
Well, if you got help over the top, why are you letting him off the line that easy? Why are you not being super physical? Look, watch what he do here.
Right. And then good ball placement by Carson Beck.
Yeah, you got to get your hands on him, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think I hit over the top. I'm gonna probably force him inside too.
You got to slow him down. You can't. He can't have a free release. Beat him up. You got help over the top. Even if he beat you, you know what I'm saying. You got help.
Right.
This is against Tennessee. Another time, like he can also listen. I said Dylan Bell ain't up but like 6 foot, but he can go get some 50-50 balls as well. This is definitely Mr. Versatility. Yeah, he at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's big time catch there, baby. Yeah, that's good coverage. Yeah, that's a good catch.
Man, that will also people be realize how strong he is.
Yeah, he is
right.
Strong.
And then, like Erod said, this is good coverage by the Tennessee DB. It's just better. It's better. Hey, good defense, better offense.
Yeah, you can't beat. That's where you're supposed to be. He in his hip. He at the moment of truth, his hands between. That's you can't do no more as a DB without a penalty.
Right, you going back to the huddle, Erod, like, Coach, what you want me to do?
Ain't nothing to do, baby. Just line it up, play again, baby. That's it.
Oh man, that's all I got for y'all for those 2 guys, man. Like I say, we're gonna talk a little. We need to say that, and then we're gonna talk a little running backs, man. The running backs. Listen, we saw Dylan Bell playing some running back. Aaron, is he fast? Eric, he says he faster than Hines. Is that what being you? I
would say yes.
I think so.
Is. He probably.
I think he's faster than Hines. I think Hines overall is more athletic than he is, but I think he plays a lot. Yeah, I think because I think so. That's just my opinion. I feel like Hines was athletic. I'm not saying Dylan Bell not athletic though. So
Hines just had just this knack to make plays, and that's what I see in '86. Just somehow, some way, just get the ball to him, and just good stuff happen. So you know what I'm saying. So I like that.
So B. Shaw said that's a good comparison to Rob. All right.
My God.
Yeah, so like I say, we saw Dylan Bell play a little bit of actually, I was watching the highlights and going back through the game film. Bro played a lot of running back at the beginning of the season because you remember
he was hurt. Everybody was hurt.
Milton was hurt. Edwards was hurt. It was Dylan Bell and Roderick Robinson, who I think is going to be one of the bell cows this year. I think Robinson and Etienne are going to create that thunder and lightning, if you should say. And I think if Andrew Paul had stayed, that would have took some of those running back snaps from Bell. But to Shawty's point, he may fill that third role until some of these younger guys can learn the playbook, learn how to pass block. Something we looking for Etienne as well. Etienne definitely needs to step up the pass blocking game. I think they'll help with that. But who would you say is a comparison for ETN, Shawty?
He kind of not remind me of Sony a little bit.
Yeah, there it is. That's what I was gonna say. He remind me of Sony.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll put that as a good comparison because somebody asked me if he's like James Cook. I'm like, y'all don't understand how good a receiver James Cook was. Yeah. Like he was a great running back, but he was a great receiver.
James Cook was almost like a scat back.
He was right. A slide kind of scat. Yeah.
I look forward to Bobo throwing ETN the ball a lot out of the backfield, but I don't see him lining up just straight wide receiver plays like Cook was doing. Cook was just like getting out there one-on-one, and it was a wrap. So him and then Robinson has some sneaky speed to be 235, 240 pounds. I don't know what he's weighing in right now, but last year he was around that 240 weight.
Now, one thing I will say now, if Branson, I don't know if Robinson gonna hold that number 2 spot. If Branson get back healthy, I don't know.
See, I'm kind of leery on 100% Branson, because he had that injury during fall camp last year, and I feel like he'll be ready to go, but I always give him 18 months before we see the real them. So towards the end of the season now. Listen,
that's good for Georgia. That's gonna be something serious, but that's good for Georgia.
That's that competitive depth, man. And we got the incoming freshman. One of the guys took Chauncey took part.
That's my guy.
Right, he took part in spring game because he enrolled early. Nate Frazier, the guy that was ranked the highest out of our class as far as running backs, he enrolled during the summer. I think he's the more total package out of all the newcomers. I think Chauncey's the more physical back that you can go downhill, and I think Phillips is that just lightning in the bottle, lightning in the bottle type guy.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's gonna even stay at running back.
Yeah, Phillips. Where do you think they're gonna put him?
Slot.
Hey, that could happen.
I'll be honest with you, I don't know if either is good as far as depth because it's not this year, but maybe next year. I mean, because right now it's just so hard to get on the field at either position, to be honest with you. I mean, right now I see Dylan Bell starting. I see our guy Lovett starting in that slot. I see Dylan Bell at the Z, and then Ra or Kobe, depending on how fast Kobe catches on to the playbook. Ra at the X.
The last depth chart that I saw in May last month, they got Ra starting at the X, Bell at the Z, Lovett at the Y.
Yeah.
Kobe backing up Ra. Aaron Smith backing up Bell, and Anthony Evans backing up Lovett.
Look at our guy Anthony Evans getting so far cracking that. I mean, he is explosive too. That's what I'm saying. It's like even if they was to move Phillips to the slot, Lovett technically could have another year, but if he has a good breakout year, he could hit the draft.
Yeah,
right. And then you got Anthony Evans, and then so Phillips. I mean, but then you got the guy from Vandy. I would say he's more of a Z receiver though.
Yeah.
So,
he's just a sophomore, so I know he got 2 or 3 years.
Is it Spencer Cole? I mean,
Landon. I think he's
Landon Humphrey.
Humphreys. Yeah, London Humphreys. Sorry, Landon. London Humphreys. I said Landon. That's on me.
Third on the depth chart behind Arian Smith at the Z.
At the Z.
Right. That's what I figured. How many games do you think you'll have 100-yard rusher? Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The way our offense is set up, you better get it in a couple of runs. It's just so many weapons. It's gonna be tough because the ball.
What you say, Shout? Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be tough. You think it's gonna be tough?
You got the lead rusher might get 13 carries.
Right. Yep.
I think Edwards had like 2. So Kendall had like 2, and Edwards had like 2. Like all year. Yeah, I think all year. I think 400-yard rushing games all year.
But see, Kendall had one of them when he had like only 10 carries, like 12 carries. You know what I'm saying?
Right. One of them was the Florida State game. Right. One of them was the Florida State game. He had like 9 carries for 154 yards.
He killed them.
Right. So it's like nobody's gonna be getting more than the 12, 13 carries tops. Like I'm talking about tops. Like unless there's a lot of injuries. And even then, I feel like it'll be a lot more, in the rounds and moving, like Charlie say, moving Dylan Bell back there, getting the ball. Michael Jackson could step up.
Unless somebody just get hot, I mean, that could happen. If somebody got the hot hand, you know what I'm saying? The hot horse,
Right.
Other than that.
Yeah.
Any areas of weakness in our run game, running back room, E-Rock?
Weakness? I guess the only
something you want to see more of, I guess.
Well, so speaking of seeing, there are a lot of guys that we know have a lot of ability. We haven't seen it for Georgia. We know the ETN can play, but he hasn't done it for Georgia. So all these guys, we've seen Robinson, but just for a little bit for Georgia. So he's going to take on a bigger role. So I just want to see all these guys with the Georgia uniform on, doing things for Georgia when it counts. Because we're going on the road this year and playing some big games. So in those games, making big time plays when it needs to be, plays need to be made. That's what I want to see. And so for me, out of the running back room, I want to see who's going to step up and be that guy when we need him. So
so a lot of talent, but we haven't really seen it in a dog uniform. I'm gonna let Shawty take this one right here. What if they put Robinson and ETN on the field at the same time? Could we see some of that this year?
I mean, I don't see why not, but I don't know if that necessarily creates any kind of mismatch on the field at the same time. Because one thing I will say about Robinson is something that we may have to do is, in my opinion, when he comes in the game, your playbook is more limited because he's not as versatile being such a big guy. So if he does come in the game, it's going to have to be instances where we literally have to throw him the ball sometimes, because if you don't, you literally think he's in there to pass, block, or run. So that can't limit your playbook.
I think he's more versatile than you think.
Well, to your point, that's what you just said on what advantage it brings to have both of them on. If they both on the field, you don't know if they're running or if they pass blocking or if ETN's going out for a pass. I remember a couple of times they had Chubb
as a defensive coach. Have those two guys, I can put the linebacker on both of those guys. That's not going to cause a mismatch.
Not if you saying that ETN comparison is Sony Michel, you think you want a linebacker?
Yeah,
in the
I
space
don't know about that, Shawty. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm just saying that doesn't. I'm not going to put a nickel in there because of ETN is in the backfield. No, I'm gonna have.
Then we're gonna light your ass up. Then
I'm just asking.
I mean, you can, but I'm saying that for me, that doesn't cause any those two guys in the backfield don't cause any mismatches for me as a defensive coordinator.
I got you. Okay. So when ETN's just out there by himself, and he's a threat to run or catch out of the backfield, you still putting a linebacker on him?
I hope so.
I mean, in my base set, yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. I'm just asking. Like I thought it was advantageous when we used to have McIntosh and Cook out there. They both could catch out the backfield. They both could run the ball. I thought we did it a couple of times with Todd Gurley and Nick Chubb his freshman year, and I thought that, actually, we ran a play one time where both of them ran screen plays. They just ran it to the different side, and
those guys showed the versatility. I'm saying I haven't seen that out of Rob. I've seen him more as a pounder. That's why I say Bobo would have to literally throw him the ball sometimes to take that perception away of him just being a pounder or a blocker.
Right. I definitely think he has more speed than people know. At least the plays that I saw him on when I was watching today. Stat Guy says, could depth be a weakness, not having a true bell cow getting 25-30? No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody's a 25. Like, honestly, I think it would be hard pressed to find a 25-30 touch guy this day and age. Like Quinshon Judkins, I don't think he carried the ball 25 times a game, or Travion Henderson. I'm thinking of those two because those two stick out in my head. Ollie Gordon is probably the exception, not the rule, at Oklahoma State, where he carried the ball 20, 30 times a game. But I don't think anybody does that, really. I think 20 is like, if you're getting 20 carries, that's considered a bell cow these days. Like, most of bell cows on teams, I think, get more 15 to 20 carries. So, but I mean, we already know what Kirk wants. We get a lead on you in the second half of the third quarter.
That's when that Robinson guy comes in.
Yeah, you finish out pounder.
Right, we'll see him. I think he'll be initially used like Kendall Milton was used, but I think, like E-Rob said, I think he has more layers that he can show us during the season. But to your point, Shorty, we do need to see it before we know that they can do it. So you can't get your guy to your school with that many kids. Listen, man, this is like that. Like I said,
I'm getting guys to our school.
I'm gonna say working out pretty good for Georgia. He's working out pretty doggone good.
I think he's talking about the 25 to 30 carries. So I don't think he's talking about I don't think I think the 25 to 30, like I say. I just don't think
crazy
that's a thing
though, Coach. That's so crazy because how the mindset has shifted, because that would have been a problem 10 years ago. Like, you know, a top running back saying, man, look, I'm gonna need that ball 25 times a game. And if you ain't gonna give it to me, I ain't coming. Now it's shifted to where they, you know what I'm saying, they don't really want it like that.
Yeah,
they
because
want these 15 to 20 carries.
Money now, you have to make business decisions. You think about saving your body as much as you can when you get to the level. You want to be fresh as possible, because that's a knock to be having all those carries.
Now that's a knock on you. Yep.
Right, because I mean, we're seeing it more and more. I mean, even with one of Georgia's own, with Todd Gurley, you know what I'm saying, and even Sonny Michel, like running backs have they have a shelf life. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, you don't want to use that up in college. And so now they're looking at you like, man, you was toting the ball 30 times a game. I don't know if I'm gonna waste no draft
going
pick
down the draft board, right?
Right. That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Exactly. So I'm like, I actually at Georgia, I don't know, 25 plus carries on average. We ain't had that since. Who was the last running back we had?
Not on average. I don't know when the last time. It may have happened, but not on average. You just ain't getting those folks.
Had to be Isaiah Crowell. Had to be Isaiah Crowell. His 1 year here.
Something like that back then.
Because Todd Gurley didn't even do it.
No,
because
we had right.
We done had dual backs for the past 8
really since then. Yep.
Right. So I would say, if I, without looking up the stats, Isaiah Crowell was our last bell cow, right, so to say, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, Chubb did a lot of the heavy lifting when Gurley got hurt his freshman year, but we still had other guys. So Musa Smith probably averaged 20 plus carries a game. No Sean probably averaged 20 plus. I mean, you had to get that dude the ball, right? But a lot of them didn't have counterparts, and I think Mark Rick, like you say, he got to the point where he was doing 2 running backs every other class. So I think like Marcus Lattimore at South Carolina, those people, like somebody,
dog.
Bruh,
he was a dog. God.
Right. Gave us all kind of fits. You know, I want to say the first time he played against us, he toted the ball 45 times.
He gave us work too. We couldn't do nothing with him.
Hey, listen, not the drug bad memories, but the thing that was so frustrating about Lattimore is he wouldn't hit you for 10 yards, one play, 12 yards.
It was that.
And then 2 here and 3 there. It was like 4 plus 4.
Yeah, Musa had 40 in one game.
I don't doubt it. Warwick used to run Musa, dog. Hey, he got to put some more quarters in. There you go. Yeah, I think Lattimore would just hit us with 4 or 5 years.
Router by mistake.
Hey man, we up to 2 votes for the
Dashiki.
Oh God, man. Listen, man. Next up, man. Games on the schedule, easiest to hardest, man. I think the 2 easiest games, of course, are the 2 lowly people we paying to come in here, Tennessee Tech and UMass. So we ain't got to talk about them. Outside of that, Shouty, easiest. Give me your 3 easiest games outside of Tennessee Tech and UMass.
First one I'm gonna bring up is gonna probably be Georgia Tech.
You said
that was kind of hard last year.
You said they easier than Mississippi State though.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see them on there, but you know I just don't. You know what? Only thing is, we ain't got no film on Mississippi State.
We don't need none. We're gonna beat the hell out of them.
This is what I said. So I had them flip flop. I had Mississippi State as the easiest outside of the other 2. I had Georgia Tech in front of them because they returned like 9 of their 11 starters on offense, but no defense though. They lost like 9 of 11 on defense or something crazy like that. So
I can see that. I can go either way.
Yeah, right.
Then it wouldn't matter.
Right. E-Rod, what about you? The two, I guess, like, are you with us? Mississippi State and Tech at the bottom, the easiest, I should say.
Mississippi State, yes, and with Tech, and then I also want I think we're gonna beat the hell out of Kentucky too.
Well, I got Kentucky next.
Okay, all right.
So I went, like I said, I went Mississippi State easiest, then Tech, then Kentucky.
Yeah, okay. I'm right there with you.
Okay, are you with that, Shawty, those bottom three, or you got somebody in Kentucky?
I'm gonna say Florida.
Ooh.
I mean, we're gonna drub them too. You're right.
Listen,
I think Kentucky gonna be better than Florida.
This is a respect the Hedges, respect the Hedges look back moment. From when we first started doing the show, and I used to tell these guys we don't have to look at Florida the same way, and they used to look at me crazy. Now I got my boy Shawty on board, and he say, "Hey man, we gonna beat the hell out of them."
I mean, they it up pretty bad down there. I mean, it's pretty evident.
You say when we play them after we beat the hell out of them, that's the game that's gonna get them up out of there, right? That's what you said, right? Okay,
that's gonna be the game he get fired.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. So I have that's crazy. I showed Florida a little bit more respect than Shawty, man. I actually had Kentucky and then Auburn.
Auburn, yes, we're gonna beat there. Yes.
Because Auburn's at home this year. We always kind of play, I ain't gonna say we always. Let's stop that narrative. We played bad last time we went to Auburn, but we've beaten Auburn 17 of the last 20 times we played them, regardless of where we played them. Wallace Smith is in the building. What's going on, my guy Wallace? Appreciate you tapping in, man. But I got Mississippi State, Tech, Kentucky, then Auburn. That's why I got Auburn.
Okay.
E-Rob.
I got Mississippi State, Georgia Tech, Florida, then Auburn.
I'm with you, Coach. I'm with you, Shawty. I ain't got no problem with that, though. I really ain't got no problem with your list either.
Favor say too easy. I'm with you, dog. Ben, the oldest game, tell them again, Ben. It's the oldest game being played in the South. It's been
I just
long.
think freeze, man. You just
you always do that. You worry about them, dog. We beat the brakes off all because, dog, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
We're gonna lose them. We're just ranking the games and the hardest.
I know, dog, but Hugh Freeze, we're gonna beat the brakes off of them because he can't play.
So
it's gonna be an easier game than Kentucky.
We're gonna beat the hell out of Kentucky.
So
all right.
Brian Drake put in the building. What's going on, my guy? Listen, man, appreciate you tapping in. Respect the Hedges, man. We're going through games easiest to hardest. Of course, we started with the two FCS, I think, schools, Tennessee Tech, UMass. One of them, I think UMass has moved to the G5 or is next year or something. I don't know. Don't really matter. So easiest at the bottom, going to the hardest. Mississippi State Tech is the consensus. Then Shawty had Florida and Kentucky flip-flop, whichever one. I had Auburn, Kentucky, and E-Rob had Auburn and Kentucky. Now, we're in the top 6, so the 6 hardest games on our schedule. Next, I got Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think I like Nick Iamaleava, but I just don't think they know what to do with. Like, I feel like Kirby has that figured out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's a better quarterback at this point than Milton, at least the talent wise. We ain't seen it on the field, but I just feel like that's in that game's at home. You know what I'm saying? And they haven't shown to in that offense that Hypos runs to be, an issue for us because we know how to stop the run, which is the first.
I'm about to say stop the run. We got to stop the run.
Right. So top 6 being, the easiest. Shawty, who's next on your list?
So who I had? Mississippi, Georgia Tech, Florida, Auburn,
and Kentucky.
And then I'm gonna bring up Tennessee as well.
Okay.
All right. E-Rod, what about you?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
All right. Now, Shawty already had him in the list, but I actually had Florida a little bit over Tennessee because I feel like they will be fighting for their life by the time they come.
They're just not going to be good, Coach. They're just not going to be good.
Right. But if you go back and look, this is why I say that. If you go back and look, we've literally
schedule in the nation, right?
The last Florida's got the hardest schedule in the nation, right?
Who, Florida?
Yeah.
What he getting fired then? I guarantee he get fired.
Well, this is the reason why I gave them the slight edge over Tennessee. If you go back and look at the last 3 years since Hypo's been at Tennessee, we on average we beat Tennessee worse than we beat Florida, even though they probably had a better team than Florida. Because Florida's a rivalry game, and I think they get up for us, and we normally pull off late against Florida, whereas we kind of handle Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason.
5.5.
Yeah, the Vegas got them at 5.5 win total.
Who? Florida? That has made my night.
Being a native of the state of Florida, I thought you might like that, dog.
Yeah, he's getting fired. He's out of there.
Any disagreement with those, E-Rob?
No. I'm right there with you on that. We good.
All right. So
now we get into the nitty gritty.
So
now let's get into it.
You had Tennessee at 6, but so that means that you got Auburn at 5. I'm assuming because you didn't put Auburn down at the bottom.
At 5.
Huh?
Kentucky was at 5.
Oh, Kentucky is at 5. Okay, I got you. All right. So Tennessee at 6. Who at 7? I got 7. I was reading backwards. My bad. So who you got at 7? Auburn.
No, I already said Auburn. I got Clemson at 7.
Well, you missing the team, dog.
My number 1 was Mississippi State. 2 was Georgia Tech. 3 was Florida.
Okay.
Was Auburn. Kentucky was 5. Tennessee is 6.
I got you. You had Auburn. I got you how you had it. Okay. Yeah. And then you got Clemson. Basically, I got you. Because we did say that. So Clemson at the 4th hardest game on the schedule is what you said.
Going that way, yeah, for sure.
All right. E-Rob, Clemson, 4th hardest game on the schedule, or do you have them harder?
No, Clemson. I think we're gonna beat the brakes off them too.
We all got Clemson as the 4th hardest game on the schedule. I am totally agreement. So that leaves 3 games: Bama,
I'm interested in these,
and Texas. So mine, I feel like Ole Miss is the hardest game on the schedule because for one, we play them at home. Again, I keep saying this: their offense is always better at home, and where it falls on the schedule, they're right after Florida and right before Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like where it falls on the schedule. I got Bama as the 2nd hardest game because it's Bama, and until we can beat them on a regular basis, they all going to T-Town gonna be hard. And then I got Texas as the 3rd hardest game on the schedule.
Okay.
So Ole Miss hardest, Alabama 2nd hardest, and then Texas 3rd hardest. What about you, E-Rob?
All right, so for me, I got the hardest game for me is going to be Texas because I think that game is going to be probably one of the biggest games of the year. I think that with all that's going on in Austin with the NASCAR, whatever the car race, and right. It's going to be huge. I would imagine that game day is going to be there. I can't even think of the last time Georgia played at Texas. It's going to be huge. On the road, probably going to be a night game. That's just going to be the biggest game of the year, the toughest game. And I think Texas has a really, 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 really good team too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's not overlook that. Then I got, excuse me, Alabama. For those reasons that you just said, Coach, playing Alabama. Alabama's Alabama at Alabama. So that's my 2nd hardest game. And then
Ole Miss.
Yeah, so for me, I'm not as worried about that game as y'all because I really believe that we're deep in that front 7. That's going to be a front 7 game. We'll just dominate them up front and get on up out of there with a win.
Okay, before Shorty goes, everybody in the comments, Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas, rank them from hardest to least hardest of those 3. Let us know in the comments. Wallace says he doesn't think Ole Miss is the hardest game. He thinks it's Texas. On the road, Ole Miss is on the road and Alabama is on the road as well. Yep. So we play all 3 of them on the road. So, Shouty, top 3, man. Put them in order. Hardest to
I'm gonna go least. I'm gonna go 3rd. Just go back the way I was going. So my 3rd hardest team is gonna be Ole Miss, and it's gonna be for some of the reasons you said, Coach. To me, Ole Miss is our trap game because of where it is in the season. That could, have a big effect on the rankings and obviously who we could be playing in the championship game. You know what I mean? So for that game, I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. 2nd, I'm gonna go with Texas. Texas is gonna probably be, in my opinion, one of the few teams that on paper can match up with us on paper as close as anybody else can. So I think their top 22 is going to be very close to our top 22 starters. And again, they're new. We don't have any film on them. I mean, we will at that by that point, but I just mean with them being new, we don't really know much about what they do because we haven't played them. They're new to the conference. And one going to be Alabama because of something some of you guys have already said. Until we actually beat these guys, I mean, you just got to take your hat off to them. I mean, we can say what we want to say. I mean, we do got a natty over them and all that kind of good stuff, but on a consistent basis, we haven't beaten them. But I do think this is going to be the year that we mash their ass and go ahead and let it be known that we are truly the standard. I really think this is the year where we take the torch. And people also have to understand we could possibly play Alabama 3 times this year.
We could.
Wow.
Alabama, that can happen across, in some of these conferences. You think the way it's no divisions anymore, they're on the schedule. It could be a conference, title game, and it also could be a playoff title matchup, in that case, or maybe even a semifinal game, depending on where everybody's ranked. So Chandra gets in and says Texas, Bama, and Ole Miss, agreeing with then Texas, Bama, and Ole Miss. Stat Guy says Bama, Ole Miss, and then Texas. I see that. Kadarius says Texas, Bama, and then Ole Miss. If anybody else is out there, Brian, B. Shaw, Shelby, y'all still first lady. Y'all get y'all votes up in there. Brian says Bama, Texas, Ole Miss. I'm with it. Listen, man, all 3 of these games are hard, regardless of how you rank them. It's like all 3. What's up?
No, quick question, man, because you brought up something that I hadn't really thought about. There are no divisions anymore. So how, when we talk about the SEC championship, how is that? It's just the top 2, just the top 2. Okay.
That's every.
So what if there's a tie? Like, I mean, what is it? Point differential?
Then you go to like opponents, and if you don't have any like opponents, it's the opponents of like opponents type deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's how every conference is. All Power 4 conferences, Big 12, Big 10, and the ACC are all like that. Okay. And then the G5 is their highest. G5 is going to make the playoffs, but they'll be decided kind of same way it was in the 14 playoff, like I guess best record of the G5 type deal, something like that.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, when you look at the schedule, man, that Texas game, I can see why a lot of people would go with Texas. Because I mean, you're going to go on a little run with Kentucky, Alabama, Auburn, and Mississippi State, all that. No break. So I can see that definitely being a game why people say that's probably the hardest game, especially after the little small jump that you go through. But that's what also makes the Ole Miss game so. But the best thing about it is you have a bye week.
Right, we get a bye week before Bama, and we get a bye week before Florida. So I can see that, but that's one of the reasons why I put Ole Miss up there is because of where it falls after Florida and before Tennessee. The thing is, I think Stat Guy hit on this last week. It's like the way our schedule sets up. Honestly, you got to be on your P's and Q's every week. Once you get past Tennessee Tech, it's like you play Clemson, then you get Tennessee Tech, and then it's like
the opening game. Like Clemson, honestly, the best thing about this is they're going to be the first game. The first game, both teams can be kind of, you know what I'm saying? You just never know.
Well, see, I actually like that. And if you look at our, 3 to 4 year, last run or whatever, one of the reasons why I felt like we, because you remember, we all talked about it on our show each and every week on how the offense just didn't, I don't know, it was just, we was winning, but it wasn't like it was at the end of the season and the middle of the season. And the previous 2 years it was, and I don't think that was personnel change. I think it was the focus that they took to get to the season. 2021, we opened up with Clemson. 2022, we opened up with Oregon. Made you focus right now. This year, last year we opened up with whoever replaced Oklahoma or something. I don't even remember the team, but it was like those first 4 games was just kind of like
we knew we could ease into it. We knew we could. You know what I'm saying? And that was human nature.
And so I think the focus, Clemson is even though we got them as the 4th hardest game.
No, we're gonna be focused on that.
That's still a hard game.
Yeah,
just look at the numbers.
They got our attention.
It's your 4th hardest game.
Right. That's how you open the season with your 4th hardest game of the whole year.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough.
And so it won't be none of that. Hey, they ain't playing nobody type deal. It's like when Clemson is your fourth hardest game, bro, that's saying something. I know they all ain't been what it's been, but they defense ain't stepped back a lot.
Perspective, coach, you're opening up with probably the ACC potential winner and a team that's going to get a bye in the play.
Who else is in the ACC? Florida State and.
Well, I got some people. I mean, if you talking about people that's proven, it's just Florida State and Clemson. But I got some sleepers in the ACC.
Give me some sleepers, coach. We got some time. I want to hear this.
Listen, I got listen. If it's a long shot for this team, but
say it.
Crystal Ball, dog. Crystal Ball has the talent to do it. Can he put it together?
I'm tired of them.
But listen. Don't listen. I'm not saying they make it the playoffs, but don't be surprised if Syracuse, Virginia Tech ruin some people's trips to go to the ACC championship. I got Syracuse with 8 wins. I got Virginia Tech with 8 wins, easy, and then NC State. Now the only reason why I don't have
I'm sorry, I was just reading stat. I don't know about that stat.
Opening up with possibly the best defense. I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I heard somebody else say that was you, coach, saying the Clemson will probably be our best. Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Think so. Texas ain't got the defense that Clemson does. We know Ole Miss ain't got the defense that Clemson does. And the reason why
in the room,
Alabama I don't think has the defense that Clemson does because they secondary is all gone. Like they fresh secondary. You know what I'm saying? So I don't I mean, I get it. I'm talking about experience. Like you said, we ain't seen it yet.
You got to see it. Yeah,
and I think Kalen DeBoer is a good coach, but he's more offensive than he is defensive. So not only did they lose their secondary, they lost Nick Saban and they lost Jevaris Robinson, who's with us now. So they lost their defensive staff and they lost their secondary. So don't know. It's somebody that's been around. Got Kevin Steele, maybe. I think they brought him back
at Bama.
Maybe.
I think so. I think it is Steele.
It could be. So, but NC State. Now, the only reason why I'm hesitant on NC State is not because of the coach. Coach can coach. He's weird, but he can coach. They got the players. They got senior laden team. They got experience.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
When I did my NC State,
he don't do nothing but win.
That's right. But the reason why I said I'm hesitant is regardless of how good he's been at NC State, I did a video previewing them, and I found out during my research they've only had 1 10-win season in their whole history.
Yeah, they be like 8 and 9 every year.
Wait, forever?
Forever. 2002. Torrey Holt and I want to say like Torrey Holt and Company under Chuck Amato.
So very consistent, man. You know what I mean?
They just be right. He's super consistent, always 8, always 9. Last year was 9. They had a chance for 10, lost in the bowl game. That right there, like I'm not saying 9-3 can't get you to the ACC championship, but you're gonna have to beat Clemson. You got to beat Syracuse and you got to beat Virginia Tech to do so, and that's where I'm kind of
Louisville now.
Sleepers. That's what I'm saying. They got like Clemson and Florida State are the standard.
They whole conference is fucking sleepers though, man. Like where are the good teams at? Everybody a sleeper.
They conference probably got more parity than any other.
I don't want to see. I want to see somebody get. I want to see some good football, man. I don't want to see a bunch of just mediocrity.
Kane Womack, the former head coach at South Alabama, is the new DC at Bama.
I don't know about that.
So I'm not saying he ain't a good DC. I'm just saying you're changing DCs, you're changing out secondaries, you're changing out secondary coaches. That's why I think Clemson has the edge on Bama. So we know Bama got the 4 and 5 stars though. So, hey man, just like that, having fun, man. He said, "Why was supposed to say Kevin Steele retired?" And then he said Bobby Womack.
Womack.
It's Kane Womack. We got it, but we appreciate you, Wallace. Hey, Wallace out there listening to that good music.
Let's go, Wallace.
Hey, man, just like that, an hour is gone, man. We appreciate
Wait, we done?
Listen, it's an hour just like that.
Oh,
dog.
man.
Right. So, listen, man, the RTH family showed out again, man. We appreciate everybody for stopping by, man. Shouty.
We should have went with now it's too late, but we should have put W's and L's on those games too.
We can do that next week. Let's do that. So next week we'll do what we call win total. We'll go through all the games and put like a half, a point, or a 0, or whatever. We'll do a win total. Vegas got us at 10.5. Dashiki is on, people.
The dashiki is on.
So shout it, tell everybody, hey, where they can get at you, man, and anything else you got going on, my guy.
Yeah, for sure, man. You can find me on YouTube Wednesday night. Just my damn opinion, man. We talk about a little bit of everything. Sports might be the least thing we talk about, but if you want to hear some barbershop talk, just some entertainment, just get your popcorn ready and tune in, man. Wednesday night, just my damn opinion. 9:30, and I also have the Doc and the Jock on Tuesday nights at 7:00. Man, I got respect the Hedges like tonight. Got Saturday night snap count on Saturday night.
Let's go.
I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Just tap in, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so you can be notified and all that good stuff. And you'll be able to catch all this good content, man.
Big facts, man. I think K Hill was tuned in on the Just My Damn Opinion station today. So shout out to K Hill, our RTH photographer. E-Rob, any parting words for the people?
Man, like I said last week, man, just shout out to all the fans who tap in with us every week, man. I really appreciate it. And you can find me every Tuesday, dashiki it up. That way you can find me right here on Respect the Hedges.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all want to see the dashiki, y'all 30 people live during the stream. We getting the dashiki on, so y'all tell a friend to bring a friend, man. So we can get the dashiki on, man. And listen, man, Fanatic Sports, man. We got Respect the Hedges. We got Saturday night snap count coming up, and if you ain't tapped in yet, man, tap in with your boy on the breakfast tailgate. We get up around 10 o'clock, take your break with me if you're in the office. Don't get caught on your phone. I don't want nobody getting fired. But, we talk a little bit of all sports on those channels. Make sure y'all go out to Just My Damn Opinion for Shawty and the Doc and the Jock for Shawty, so that y'all can subscribe and get them up, man, to 1,000 subscribers. Man.
What time in the morning, Coach? What time?
10 a.m. Eastern time, baby. That's right, man. We had a couple of good guests on. E-Rob, you missed the episode Thursday, dog. We was talking baseball. I had one of my former players that he played Major League Baseball now and everything.
Oh, he's supposed to be subscribed already.
I know that's my bad. That's my bad. You know how.
Turn on the bell notification. E.
Hey, man, turn the camera off. Where you shaming me on here, man. My bad. Yeah, it's my fault. Let me do that.
Man, appreciate everybody, man. Next Tuesday, Respect the Hedges, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday live, man. Bring a friend, bring another dog, bring somebody to hate the dog so they can
bring them.
all this. Yeah, right. So we can get their opinion as well, man. And as always, man, for our co-host that's not here, Cool Cal, CA, and JV, for my guys, Shouted and E-Rob. I'm Coach I. It's the Fan Addict, man. We appreciate y'all. We out of here.
No dog.